Broke people work harder than millionaires. That's not motivational. That's the problem. You're doing everything yourself while wealthy people pay others to multiply their money. In the next 15 minutes, I'll show you the exact delegation math that separates the rich from everyone grinding themselves into exhaustion. Here's a question that might keep you up tonight. What's your hourly rate? Not your salary divided by 40 hours. Your actual earning potential per hour of focused work. Most people have never calculated this. And that's exactly why they stay broke. See, wealthy people obsess over this number. They know that every hour spent on a $20 task is an hour not spent on a $200 opportunity. But here's where it gets strange. The people who need delegation most are the ones who resist it hardest. They call it being responsible, being hands-on, being smart with money. But the math tells a completely different story. And that story explains why two people with identical incomes end up in completely different financial positions a decade later. The difference isn't luck. It isn't inheritance. It's understanding one principle that multiplies everything. Let me show you what wealthy people see that everyone else misses. Warren Buffett, worth over $100 billion, famously said he only makes about 4 decisions per year. 4. Everything else? Delegated. Handled. Off his plate. Now think about your week. How many decisions did you make? Hundreds? Thousands? Each one draining mental energy that could fuel wealth creation. If this is already clicking for you, drop a like because we're just getting started. The research backs this up hard. A Harvard Business School study found that executives who delegate effectively have 250% higher productivity. Not 10%. Not 50%. 250%. But here's the part nobody tells you. Delegation isn't about being lazy. It's about ruthless prioritization of your most valuable asset. And that asset isn't money. Most people get that completely backwards. Let's shift perspective for a moment. I want you to see yourself from the outside. Picture someone earning $75,000 per year. That breaks down to roughly $36 per hour of working time. Now this person spends 5 hours every month managing their own investments. Researching. Rebalancing. Second-guessing. They're proud of saving the $200 a financial advisor would charge. But here's where I need you to pay attention. What if those 5 hours, focused on their actual career, generated just one extra client, one promotion, one opportunity worth $500? They saved $200. They lost $500. Net loss, $300. Every single month. 4 years. This math plays out across every task broke people insist on handling themselves. Tax preparation. Home repairs. Lawn care. Grocery shopping. The numbers never lie, but people ignore them because doing it themselves feels responsible. Now I know what some of you are thinking. But I can't afford to pay someone else. And this is the trap. This is exactly how the wealth gap widens. Because wealthy people understand leverage while everyone else stays stuck in a scarcity loop. Let me show you how this actually works. A business owner pays a virtual assistant $30,000 yearly. That assistant handles scheduling, emails, customer service, and administrative tasks. The owner now has 15 extra hours weekly to focus on high-value activities. Sales. Strategy. Relationship building. Those 15 hours generate an additional $150,000 in revenue. The return on that $30,000 investment? 500%. And this scales. The more you delegate, the more capacity you create. The more capacity, the more opportunity. It's not linear. It's exponential. But broke people never reach the first rung because they're convinced they can't afford the ladder. But wait. Everything I just told you? That's not even the real insight. That's just the surface math. The deeper truth about why wealthy people delegate is something far more counterintuitive. And it's going to challenge everything you believe about self-reliance. See, I used to think successful people delegated because they were too busy. That's wrong. They delegate because they understand something about human psychology that most people miss entirely. We have a limited reservoir of decision-making energy every single day. It depletes. And once it's gone, every choice becomes harder. Worse. More impulsive. This is why billionaires wear the same outfit daily. Why CEOs eat identical lunches. They're not being quirky. They're preserving mental bandwidth for decisions that actually matter. If you want to see where this leads, make sure you're subscribed because the next part reveals exactly how to apply this. Here's where most people get it completely wrong. And I need